the devil, whatever. You're going to manifest hell on earth. I mean, really, let's grow up here. Okay, you know what? I'm not even getting to my top story yet, and I should. It's just, it's all coming true. I told you New Orleans was a beta test. Then we saw Governor Blagojevich 1 month before he got indicted, and I've got to call Paul and Kurt. Kurt's here in the office. I got to call Paul and have him add this because that just backs it up more. I just, looking at these articles, just remembered the Marine Corps checkpoints in California, the gun confiscation drills in Iowa. We got to give them full spectrum analysis, or folks are going to be in denial. We got to show them more points. It's a standard system, graduated, successive approximation, incremental buildup, inchworm attack profile. And he said, because of the crime in Chicago, we're going to do door-to-door gun confiscation with the National Guard and regular Army. And you know what? They've done some of those tests, but they'll have the Army standing around outside while the police do it, which is still illegal. You saw the gun confiscation door-to-door in New Orleans, and the media for 6 months after said it isn't true till the videos of it got released. Even when we had ABC News reporting it, people said that's not true until it all came out. People were in denial. They went all over the state, not just New Orleans. They were confiscating guns in towns in Mississippi. They were taking guns in Red Stick, in Baton Rouge. They're doing this stuff all over the place. I've been to the drills where they train to take your guns. I've had the military send me Cooperative Nugget in Louisiana, training drills, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. The stuff's on YouTube where the role players are Americans with foreign troops and they practice taking your guns. Now, what am I getting to now? CNN, up on Infowars.com right now. We'll show you on screen the two top red links. Louisiana rep moves to violate posse comitatus and put troops on New Orleans streets. And Kurt since changed that headline because the article's really about Ron Paul. It's now, hit refresh on that for me. Martial law attempt in Louisiana echoes Ron Paul's warning. Next article under it. One that I put together with Paul Watson. Paul did the lion's share of the work there. I just sat there and data streamed at him and sent him some links. By Paul Watson, Alex Jones, Louisiana state officials call for troops on streets. National Guard engaged in door-to-door gun confiscation during Hurricane Katrina. And who led them? The FBI, who will do anything they're told. If it means torch in Waco, they're on board. That's who was in command of the Delta Force and all of it. If it means sitting there and shooting little kids in the head and blowing women's heads off if they hold babies in their arms because they dared to hide out in their own property with guns, they wanted to get domestic terrorism legislation passed at Ruby Ridge and Waco. And when both backfired on them and made them look bad, they blew up Oklahoma City. And we even know the names of the FBI agents that ran the stinking thing and were seen by police. Of course, they murdered them. Some of them got the information out before they killed the medical doctors and police officers deader than a hammer. And then we found the receipts at the hotels, how they were already in town when they lied about that. And it's not fun, and it's creepy to get up here and talk about these people because I know who they are. And the fact that they'll blow little kids up at a daycare center shows you who they are. Totally turned over to the dark side. 100% willing to do anything. And the only way to defeat an enemy like that is to man up and admit to yourself who they are. And to say, I'm committed against you, and that's the end of it, no matter what happens. And you know what? They take us out individually, folks. We grow 100 more heads. And their old paradigm, they'd smash us individually. But that only gave the Tree of Liberty more power. So now they just try to poison the general water supply, the food, dumb everybody down. When we come back, the top story before I get into global economic meltdown by design, incredible police state, TSA. Oh, by the way, the military is going to be exempt now from the TSA. You see, the enforcer class is going to be exempt. The citizens are the enemy.
When the food collapse happens, if trucks stop delivering food to supermarket shelves tomorrow, what will you do? How well is your family prepared for a food crisis? How long will you survive? Getting a biodome which produces food for you and your family year-round, even in the dead of winter, is easy, cheap, and extremely liberating. Find out how in an all-new webinar at domerevolution.com. Biodome expert Kasper Postavsky shows you the 3 actions you must start taking right now to start preparing your family for food shortages and survive the economic collapse. How to quickly and easily build your own geodesic biodome. DomeRevolution.com. You'll find out how to use aquaponics to literally have an automated food supply which grows you food year-round, how to grow extremely nutrient-dense food, and use the secrets of biodynamics to restore completely dead soil. Get prepared. Watch the Biodome webinar. Go to DomeRevolution.com and sign up now.
Iodine protection packs from hempusa.org are now in stock for immediate delivery worldwide. Our iodine protection packs include microplant powder, green life kelp, red palm oil, and our clear roll-on iodine that will feed the body the iodine it needs. All iodine protection packs are in stock, save you money, and ship for free in all 50 states. Visit hempusa.org or call 908-691-2608 today.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit, then carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a silver dollar in a book explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Hello, I'm Alex Jones. Myself, my family, the Infowars.com team want to relay to you and your families that we are intensifying our efforts against the globalist on every front. Infowars.com is leading the fight against the technocrats. But we can't do that without your help. By getting the films, bumper stickers, and t-shirts at Infowars.com, you will wake up people in your area and support our operation as we move to the next level. We need your help to spread the word like never before. They wish to hide themselves during this tectonic battle between the forces of freedom and darkness. You are the response to the globalist technocrats and their program of global eugenics, dehumanization, and ultimate extermination. The war is here. It's an info war. The spirit of 1776 versus the mindset of 1984.
Hey, this is James from the band Golden State. There's only one man that can end these wars, and that's Ron Paul. This Christmas, let's get him to #1 on iTunes with our song Bombs, the Ron Paul song. It's not impossible. Go to RefPack. Visit iTunesBomb.com and let's end these wars.
The Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
Oh, there's a war on for your mind, all right. Look at the center of DrudgeReport.com. Local cops ready for war with DHS-funded military weapons. Armored cars with turrets, drones, military-grade assault rifles. Articles pouring out everywhere where they're getting microwave guns, sound cannons, even non-law enforcement groups being given giant cases of shotguns. What do they know? The minute they got rid of Glass-Steagall in '99 and allowing the central banks to go hog wild and make unlimited fake money, Ponzi schemes, that they could then sign us onto. The minute they got rid of that, it was just pure martial law training 24/7. And 12, 13 years later, the military's awake. 70+% of the donations to Ron Paul. Period. Of all the other presidential candidates. But they've got specialized mercenaries, specialized that they've questionnaire. They've got, I would say they probably got 10 brigades from my sources and studying what they've announced and what I've seen. They've got about 10 brigades How many? What's 10 times 4,000? I mean, they've got 40,000 troops that will eat their guts and ask for seconds and shoot American citizens all day long. And then they've got all these public deals that are in Toronto Star, Washington Post, and over the years I'm like, look at this. They say they'll use foreign troops in America during civil emergencies. And then you see NLE 09 from FEMA saying it 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And then you see at the Olympics, Mexican and U.S. troops in Canada bossing Canadians around. I mean, we're in the North American Union. And they tell Europeans in Germany and France, you will pay any taxes we say. We're going to send EU police, paramilitary police in to collect it. It's just like when our government's been used for over 100 years to invade Latin American countries that don't, pay fake loan sharking debts to private banks. Smedley Butler, Marine Corps 2-time Congressional Medal of Honor winner, exposed all that. I mean, our government is illegitimate. It runs the drugs. It runs it all. And I've just got stacks of news coming in, mainstream news, about tanks, microwave guns, sound cannons. I didn't even cover this last week. We covered it on the nightly news. They're coming out, Raytheon, and local police departments are getting them, with a riot shield that has a system that transmits a wavelength where you can't breathe and chokes you. And, nosebleeds, all of it. They're calling it a Darth Vader choke shield. Darth Vader, chokes people with his mind. The police come up to you, and of course, they're going to want to use it and pull the trigger. It's like, people they've killed, rubber bullets right up close, and they just choke you. And again, they call it less lethal, and they kill us with the weapons, the tasers, the rest of it. And then it's just a training aid that everybody used to sing the public shot with rubber bullets and the rest of it. Then it's real bullets. Of course, this won't go quite like China and other places. If 1% of the population fights back that has guns, that's 1.5 million. I would not want to be one of the bully boys if this kicks off. And believe me, I don't want it to kick off. We're not going to be on air. The total collapse is a certainty. If that happens, our whole world is a disaster zone, and you know where they're coming first. They'll whack Ron Paul so fast it'll make your head spin. Plane crash, heart attack. They'll pull me over. I mean, they had the Houston police, who's got known government hit teams on it, pull that CIA section chief over, Carnaby, a few years ago, who was blowing the whistle. He got out peacefully. They just got him down, executed him right there on the spot. On the news. They don't care. Listen, the drugs alone in this country is $500 billion a year. You know what it's like to control the greatest military empire in the world? Special interests came in here and fought with each other tooth and nail to get control. The most evil of the evil, survival of the most wicked. And they're now in control, and they hope their propaganda would work on people, but because a lot of us knew the truth, we got the jump on them. And because they were arrogant, we got the jump on them. But now they know. And they are going to want to launch this, and they're going to try to sell it. I'm going to come back and play the video clips and analyze it. They're going to want to sell this on, well, look at the welfare checks, don't buy the food anymore. People are rioting. The crime is so horrible. And they beta test it on, the groups that, that's just the minorities. But if you read the documents and if you look at the checkpoints around the country in Tennessee, California, other places, they're going after people that wear John Deere hats. I mean, I've seen like 10 articles in the last 3 days about Amish nationwide being raided by SWAT teams and who are legally selling milk. I mean, we go to San Antonio once a week and get fresh milk up there. Everybody gets it. It's totally legal. They don't care. There's not even a law. And there's one sheriff saying no to him, saying you don't even come with warrants. There's not even a law. I mean, they're raiding people everywhere. Lemonade stands, people with gardens. I mean, the government is basically doing everything Stalin did. Our government is cancer.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Cal Ben Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com.